I have to tell you, I'm a little bit upset. I've been watching first-time home buyers sit on the fence for quite a while now, waiting for something to happen. And what really triggered me yesterday was data that said now the median age for first-time home buyers is 40. Now, 40 seems to me like a really long time to be a renter or living with your folks. But that's now what they're saying the median age is. And it wasn't always that way. 5 years ago, I believe it was in the lower 30s, low to mid 30s. In the 80s, in the 70s and 80s, it was around 30. Now, actually, my wife and I bought our first home when I was 27. And let me just say this, my wife was much younger. Without getting myself into too much trouble. People have done it at high interest rates over many years for all kinds of reasons. And if you're waiting for a 3% interest rate, good luck. I just don't see that happening anywhere in my lifetime. And there's a downside. Consider this, if interest rates dropped from the mid sixes, if they dropped 1%, and buyers flooded to the market to get those great rates, it's gonna drive prices up. So by waiting, you may capture a slightly better mortgage rate, but you might pay more for the house. And that's not a good trade-off because you can always refinance a high mortgage if and when it comes down, but you can't change the price of that house that you paid for. One strategy is to take a look at your finances, see if you really can afford it. You may be paying a lot for rentals anyway. So consider this if you can afford it. If you can't afford it, I get that. Renting has a time and place for everybody, but I think it's getting too much attention from people that really could make another move forward. There are lifestyle reasons why homeowners are happier, have better health outcomes, kids have better education opportunities for homeowners. And besides that, I want to dwell a little bit upon the equity you can build. The Fed came out with data that says seniors 65 and older have $500,000 more equity when they've been homeowners as opposed to those that have been renters. Renters end up at 65 on the average with almost no equity. Now that's not a great place to retire. So consider that. I think $500,000 today will be $1 million or more in the future for those people that are jumping into the market. It's not easy. It's going to be challenging. It's just going to be one of those great things to do, and you'll look back and you'll appreciate it. You know, those seniors that bought houses possibly in the 1980s, they paid interest rates in the teens. In the early 80s, they actually peaked at about 18% for a 30-year mortgage. Hard to imagine, but I think most of those seniors would look back and say, it wasn't easy, but it was worth it. In the long run, it paid off. I got a house, and I was able to refinance it once or twice as interest rates went down, and now that house is paid off, and I have some equity. So consider all that and see where you really want to stand before you make any decisions, or you just need to get off the fence. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your interest. If I can help you, please let me know. I'd be happy to talk. And in the future, I'm planning to do a series on Sylvania and Perrysburg. Compare and contrast two great suburbs of Toledo. Now, I've lived in one and I was raised in the other. So I have some personal stake in both communities and really in all the communities in between. Northwest Iowa has a lot of great opportunities for housing, and I'll share with you some of the data, some of the numbers that may help you make some decisions on what might be good for you or what your current property is doing for you. So thanks again for watching. Hope we talk soon, and go slay some dragons.